IPMNation.com.
This is Nick Pino from LC Shows, and you're listening to Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com. Of course, we are, as we record the show every Tuesday night at the studio, downtown Laconia, 50 Canal Street in Laconia, New Hampshire. TheStudioNH.com if you want to check the place out online. Funky little gift store and art gallery. Lots of cool stuff here. And please, if you're in central New Hampshire, remember to support your local businesses. And, of course, we do record here every Tuesday night from 6 to 7 p.m., so if anyone wants to come down and check us out while we're recording live, please do so. We love to have people check out the show. And, of course, we are sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. Mr. Tim Martin does a phenomenal job. And also the Siren Agency. And, in fact, we have Scott Perry from the Siren Agency here in the room tonight.
Yes, you do. So
you can check out the Siren Agency has a radio channel on IPMNation.com. It's IPMNation.com/TSA. Like I always say, it's TSA as in the Siren Agency. Not
actually, just don't waste your time.
Not where they...
yeah, I wouldn't waste your time.
What? Why is that?
I don't know, the TSA podcast. I mean, it's been quite a while, and
well, yeah, but we have all the tunes up there too.
You could just listen to the radio. Don't listen to any of the podcast. Okay? Just do the radio. Save yourself
all right. Well, I tried, but and we have with us tonight our guest is Nick Pino from LC Shows. Nick, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Matt.
You've been on before, but that was a while ago. It was
like quite some time ago.
2 years? 2.5 years? 3 years?
2.5 years at least.
So, I think when we had you on before, it was officially Last Chance Booking.
It was. We have since shortened it up. It's now just LC Shows.
Okay. And having you here is a little different because we usually have bands, but once in a while we like to have a promoter or a club owner or a record label owner, somebody who does something different in the industry. So it's cool to get a little different perspective. So, and you do quite a bit in the local scene.
Yeah, we do, quite a bit, all kinds of genres. We're breaking more into the rock scene. Of course, we do mainly metal, but we're doing a lot more rock and punk now.
Excellent. Well, you brought some tunes with you to play, so why don't we play something, and then we'll come back and chat. What do you want to play to start the show?
Shot Heard Around the World's Horizon.
All right, so this is a band that you work with?
Yeah.
Okay, where are they from?
They are from Boston, Mass.
Okay, but they play a lot up here?
Yeah, we actually just had them recently at the Honey Pot in Seabrook, New Hampshire.
Oh, very, very good. Okay, cool. So this is Shot Heard Around the World, and it's Horizons is the name of the song?
Correct.
All right, very good. So check this out, and then we'll come back and chat with Nick, and maybe Scott will chime in, too, here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com at the studio in downtown Laconia. And we have with us tonight Nick Pino from LC Shows, local concert promoter, joining us. And we also have Scott Perry from the Siren Agency here with us as well.
Yes, we do. It's actually feels good. I've been, delivering bands to the show for the past, month or so. And to actually come down to the studio and check it out for the first time is definitely a privilege. So I just want to say thank you for, allowing me to be on.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for coming. This week, it's kind of like you literally delivered the guest. I don't know who drove.
I don't know. I drove.
Oh, okay.
Scott doesn't have a car. He's lazy.
Yeah, I'm very lazy.
Gotcha.
Actually, I got into a car accident a few months ago, so I working on getting another car.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't fatal, obviously, and it wasn't nothing too serious. I just banged up my front end. So
that's no fun.
But getting a car soon, and hopefully I can be a little bit more independent.
Good. So, Nick, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it since May of 2008.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you've been at this a while.
Oh, yeah.
How old were you when you started? Because you're a young guy.
I was probably around 16 or so when I first started.
Wow. Yeah, that's so were you just really ambitious? I mean, at 16 I wasn't doing anything remotely interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing for bands, and unfortunately that side of things didn't work out. I had built up a lot of connections as throughout playing, and I found that I enjoyed booking the shows.
What else were you doing when you started? Were you just doing the booking, or did you do did you do any running sound at shows and all that stuff too, or?
No, when I first started, I was just doing booking.
Yeah. So were you booking shows at various venues, or did you have a specific venue that you were working at, or how did that work?
We started out at Ground Zero in Allenstown, New Hampshire, and that was kind of the spot for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then as we got more well-known, we expanded our places to Manchester, Rocco's, of course. Mm-hmm. And since then, we've just kind of branched out, finding new places.
What was the first show you ever booked? You remember?
I know it was a couple groups from Berkeley College. That's probably the best I can do. I can say, our first show, it was a test run, It was just that.
So you booked a show at Berkeley, or you booked bands from Berkeley?
It was bands from Berkeley.
Oh, do you remember where you booked it?
Yeah, that was right at Ground Zero,
Oh,
actually.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
That and probably the other more beginning shows was with the Yellow Team at Concord High School, because of course I was still in high school when I started.
Yeah. So when you started booking shows when you were 16, did you start slowly, just do some here and there, or did you just kind of plunge right into it?
Yeah, we kind of started out slowly as it went. We kind of progressed. We started doing more shows, and as we built the connections, we had more demand from bands to get them shows.
Yeah. How are you finding bands to work with? Because I would think at 16, there'd be a lot of people who'd be kind of skeptical, like, really, this kid thinks he's a promoter at 16?
Yeah, it was definitely, I had to earn my name, and over the years, as shows went on, we're able to build up a good reputation. Always putting on great shows, having them safe. Most of them we started out, they were all ages shows. But as we went, we just built the connections.
Yeah. And were you working with a lot of different bands in the beginning, or was it more just a small... Did you have specific bands that you would work with consistently, or...
We did have some specific groups we worked with on a regular basis, but we also just, every time we put on a show, there was never, always the same groups. There was always, 2, 3, 4 different groups that we hadn't worked with before.
Yeah. So how long did you book shows at Ground Zero?
We actually just when they closed recently in the last year.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you were doing shows there because that was that when it opened, 2008? Ground Zero was...
Yeah, I
Wasn't-
want to say it was around then,
Yeah.
because they first opened down the road, and then they moved to a different location in Allenstown.
Yeah. Christian, he's Christian Skinner. He's had a few different places.
Yeah.
You've been doing some stuff with him, right, Scott? Or working on some stuff? Or?
Yeah, me and him touched base after Ground Zero went out of business, and he was just doing like side shows here and there for people, like running sound and stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of got in touch with him and said, hey, I'm looking to do some big things around the Hampshire scene. So if there's a way that you want to get together and talk over business and possibly run sound at my shows and possibly do more, I'll be happy to work with you on that. And he's yeah, we haven't gotten to a show yet where he's able to run sound because we had a couple mishaps. But we've talked about it. But definitely in the future, I think probably this fall I'll probably end up working more with him as the Christian scene, music scene, becomes more approachable with the Siren Agency. So
yeah, very cool. Have you guys done shows together? Have you promoted shows together?
We did do maybe one show as a co-promote.
Yeah.
In the beginning,
it was
when Siren Agency first started.
Oh, really?
It was like when they first started, and it was I believe Rocco's.
Rocco's it was.
Okay.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had what was it? Widowed Sunday.
Widow Sunday,
Yeah.
Anomia.
Drive by Bukaki.
Drive by Bukaki.
Conflagration.
I think was the Summit on there.
The
too?
Summit was on there. Yeah. It was a good show.
Yeah.
It did very well for itself. I mean, we had a couple of mishaps happen during that show, but it was great.
Mishaps?
Oh yeah.
Overall, it was great.
We kind of couldn't control a little bit of our liquor that night, so
Yeah.
Oh, my.
yeah, weird things happened.
That's how a lot of mishaps happen.
I know you're looking for the dirt, but
Well,
I'm telling you
all-
right now, up front, I'm not giving it.
I'm always looking for the
I
dirt.
know you are.
Especially mishaps with liquor. Those are some of the best. That's some of the best dirt you can find, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially when you wake up, and you have $300, and then your wallet's empty when you wake up the next night.
Just to make it clear out there, me and Nick did not have any sexual contact.
Okay.
There was no sexual contact between me and Nick.
Not that there would have been anything wrong with that.
No, gay rights are okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, there would be something wrong with that if you guys.
We're
aren't
very
into that,
open.
but-
We're just not into each other.
Right,
in
right.
That way. So,
Yeah.
I look at Nick as like my little brother. So
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of weird unless you're from the South, and I guess that's okay.
Yeah, but then the gay thing wouldn't be okay if you're from the South. So
Didn't some states
really-
in the South okay
you
gay
can't
rights? Did I hear about that?
no, in the
No,
South they stone you to death.
no,
So-
yeah.
I
Immediately,
heard they,
as soon as they find out you're gay, they stone
they
you.
used to
Incest
behead-
is okay though.
Behead or cut off your genitals and let it bleed for a while.
No, that's inhumane. We don't do that in this country. We
Yeah,
just
really?
we just stone you
Yeah.
in the South.
And stoning is not inhumane. It's perfectly natural, right?
That's what a lot of people don't know this, but Stone in Love by Journey, that's actually what it's about. It's about stoning a gay person to death in the South. A lot of people don't know that. It's a teachable moment. I try to use this to teach people things.
I'll tell you what, I'm underneath a rock. I just found out last week that the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones, ever knock on wood.
Yeah.
I heard that's about AIDS.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
Well,
I was like, really? I've been liking that song the whole entire time.
it's possible. Well, you could still like it.
I love it. I mean, no, but support AIDS.
Well, yeah, you don't have to like AIDS. You
will-
can just
I
like
hate
the
AIDS.
song.
I
Nobody
can't
likes
stand
AIDS.
Exactly.
Well,
If you have it for a long period of time, I can understand why you wouldn't like it.
right.
Yeah.
Unless you're Magic Johnson, in which case,
Stress-
well,
yeah,
good.
how's that guy still alive?
He's rich.
It's even rich people. I mean, like
Lots of
eventually.
things.
I mean, he's had AIDS for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like still. I mean, like I thought AIDS kills you after 10 or something.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we should play another track.
AIDS, sex, drunk.
What should we play? What should we play next?
How about Rumors of Betrayal, The Constant?
Okay. Have you worked with these guys a lot?
Yeah, they're another one of the most recent ones that we've done.
All right, very good. So Nick Pino from LC Shows is our guest tonight. He's a local promoter, and we're going to play another band that he's worked with. So this is Rumors of Betrayal. What's the song again?
The Constant?
The Constant from Rumors of Betrayal here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com. Our guest tonight is Nick Pino from LC Shows, and we also have joining us Scott Perry from the Siren Agency, who books most of the guests that we have here on Local Outbreak.
Most.
And most, yeah.
Most.
Well, lately it's been pretty much all of them.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to fill up your schedule.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
so
I appreciate it. It makes my life easier. So
Yeah.
And you've brought a lot of great guests.
Well, I have just a little secret to tell people, our listeners. July next month should be a good month.
Good.
Because we're going to have people who follow the scene for years and years should be able to recognize a few people that I plan on booking for the show
Okay.
in July. So I'm not
You're
going to give away any secrets, but
Oh, okay. So
yeah. It's a little hint. Popular promoter, popular bands.
Good. Very good.
2005
2005?
era.
Okay.
Some of the guests were from around where they reached their peak around that time frame.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
yeah,
Well,
cross-dressing.
Cross-dressing?
Drag queens.
Really? Okay.
Best way to go.
Best way to go.
Sure.
Exactly.
Well, that's exciting,
Absolutely.
I guess. Nick, you were mentioning during the break you've got shirts now? And
Yeah. We actually just recently in the last week printed off a couple shirts here.
Okay.
They're of our motto, eat, sleep, party, mosh. And that's basically what it says right there. It's black, white lettering, very simple.
Yeah. How do people get them?
They can actually contact me through facebook.com/LC shows, or, anytime we have a live concert, we will have them available at the shows for $15.
All right. Very good. You mentioned you work with different genres.
Yeah. We've been expanding the horizons lately.
Because I was going to say it hasn't always been that way, right? You're kind of
No, back the last time I was on the show, we're really just metal.
Right. Why the change? Any particular reason in terms of wanting to expand, or do you just feel like trying out some other kinds of music?
We definitely want to try out some different kinds of music, give new bands opportunity. Obviously, there's only so many metal bands, and so many fans. After a while, you gotta reach out to new fans, and if you expand in the genres we do, that can help us out in the long run.
Sure. What kind of areas are you expanding into in terms
we're
of?
expanding into more of the rock. We're doing some more punk here. We've also kind of expanded more into the hip hop scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just trying to keep it going. The more groups we find in different genres, the more we'll keep expanding our horizons.
Sure. Is there any difference in your approach to doing these shows with the different genres, or is the template always kind of the same in terms of promoting shows?
It's pretty much the same. You just try to reach out to a different audience.
Yeah.
But also you try to keep some of the same guys who listen to the metal. You keep them in the loop because some of them, they're more than metalheads.
Because it seems to me like, and this doesn't necessarily. I guess I'm curious if you find that this applies with local music, but and maybe it doesn't. It sounds like it doesn't, but I've always kind of felt like with hip hop, for example, they really much more embrace kind of an entrepreneurial attitude toward what they're doing, to the point where they'll actually rap about it. It's in the lyrics a lot of times. Whereas some rock bands kind of shy away from that a little bit. It's like they want to promote what they're doing, but they don't want to do it too much because it's almost like it's uncool to kind of push what you're doing too much. Whereas hip hop is, I don't know if shameless is the word, but they really want to make sure you know what they're doing and that you show up and you buy a ticket and you buy a shirt and you buy a CD and whatnot.
Of course, yeah, they push that big time. It's all about sales, making money in the hip hop scene.
But do you see that locally as well, or is that just more?
Not, there is some in the local scene, but it's definitely more mainstream that you see that.
Sure. And how many shows are you doing typically? Like in a given month, how many shows do you have?
It's usually around 2. If we have something good come up, we'll do about 3 shows a month.
Yeah.
We're self-funded. It all comes out of my pocket. And
Sure.
unfortunately, the funding isn't really there to do, many more shows than 2 or 3 a month.
Yeah. What's the most difficult part of what you do? What's the most stressful thing?
Probably when venues are unprofessional,
Yeah.
when their staff doesn't show up on time. And then, I get heat from the managers of the groups who were playing,
Sure.
the headliners. They're like, we're half an hour behind. Do something about it,
Right. What's like the worst, without mentioning names, because you're not in a position that you would want to do that, but without mentioning names, what's the worst horror story that you've experienced? Be as vague as you want, but
all right, I would. That's a hard one. It's probably going to have to be a Lion show we did recently.
Or you could mention names. That's even better, because I am always looking for the dirt. Okay.
I was a spectator.
Yeah.
I was a guest at their show, helping them, run the show, and yeah, it was a nightmare.
What happened?
Well, again, some people were unprofessional, did not show up on time, and the show just ran late.
Yeah.
And there was that, or there may have been the other one that I think was the worst is a Dead Ocean show where again. Staff showing up late, and Dead Ocean actually got cut off. We were told that they could go on, and they got cut off.
You actually want the real dirt?
Always.
Okay. The Honey Pot in Seabrook, New Hampshire, their sound guy sucks. Okay? He needs to get fired, honestly. The guy stands around drinking, beers and, shooting a shit with someone, out front of the venue and, probably smoking some weed, knowing the venue. It's probably smoking legit reefer. So, he's, just socializing. We should be operating the sound system. And the bands are like, okay, what do we do? Are we supposed to play, or are we going to do a sound check, or, what's going on? I think like that show, the Lion show, he ended up showing up, half hour, 45 minutes late?
Right about that, yeah.
Really?
So I was just like, really, guy? Your job is to do sound.
Yeah, I also remember when I showed up, apparently half of the sound system was out, and they didn't tell me that. I was renting mics to mic up all the equipment because they don't have that.
Yeah.
And so nobody told me that half the PA system was out, so I could have rented PA gear,
Right.
I could have ran a show ran sound probably drunk better than he did. Honestly. Seriously, he didn't have any drinks yet. He just came right in, hooked up some of the stuff, and then went outside and started socializing. I'm like, dude, what the f*** are you doing?
Wow.
Honestly, if this was my show, I would seriously take some of your equipment and shove it up your ass. 'Cause that's pretty much just as good. He's not really doing anything with it.
Hey, watch your language. There might be little children watching.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of beeps going on right now.
I'm going to have to bleep those, yes.
Just say the F word throughout the whole episode.
So what's your best experience been? Do you have a show that you've done during your career where it really it's kind of a high point for you?
Yeah, we've had a couple shows like that. We had most recent, again, as expanding genres, Sparks the Rescue. We did a show with them. That went over quite well.
Are they a national? Or are they from around here? It seems like I've heard the name a lot.
They're from Portland. They used to be signed, but they're actually now independent again.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they did used to be quite a while ago a big national kind of. But they've shortly dropped off.
So where did you have them?
That was actually at the Honey Pot. That's actually where we've been doing our most recent couple shows.
So what was so great about that show? What went so well about it?
Just I guess the crowd was really into it.
Yeah.
We had it was Sparks the Rescue, and I believe Too Late the Hero was the other one.
Oh, okay.
On that.
Yep.
Great band.
It was just a great show, and I managed to get punched in the throat that night. So that just made it that much better.
You're not a promoter unless you get hit at least once in your shows.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to say though, Nick, when I asked, what do you have a highlight, like a best experience? I didn't expect the phrase "punched in the throat" to show up in the. Why did you really get punched in the throat?
Yeah, actually, I did. I just got a big. It was like an arm or something right to the throat.
I assume it was an accident.
Oh yeah, it was definitely an
Have
accident.
you ever been to a hardcore show?
Yeah, I don't get in the pit though.
Okay, you've seen the new things that they do, the new choreography that happens.
I stay away from all that.
It's pretty cool. It's like two-stepping, but it's also like throwing your arms up in the air and kicking and mule kick.
Yeah.
Another beep. Sorry.
Love the music, but I don't participate in the violence.
Yeah, I tend not to. I do at times.
Yeah.
But, I try to make sure the people who are not in the pit are safe. So, I get in there and try to keep those guys who are going a little crazy, you know, under control.
Yeah. Wow.
Sometimes you take one for the team.
Yeah, right in the throat, apparently. Jeez, that sucks. But I'm glad it went well otherwise. Do you have a lot coming up? Are you going to have a busy summer?
Yeah, it's been a very quiet summer, but we're looking to change that starting mid-July. We're going to start booking. We have a rock show, actually. We're looking for local rock groups to join a group, Spider Rockets, who will be up here from New Jersey.
Spider Rockets. I know them.
Yeah, you do? Yeah.
Yep. From a long time ago, when I did an internship with Powderfinger Promotions, which used to be in Boston. Now they're in Framingham, and I think they merged with another company. But Dave Avery, who ran it, was that's how I learned about radio promotion, was at Powderfinger, and Spider Rockets was a client of theirs. So that's wow.
Yeah,
I did not know they were still around. I had no idea.
Actually, they reached out to me
because this was this was 2000.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah. That was, so it was 14 years ago. I had no idea they were still around. That's awesome.
Well, it appears they're still around. They're still kicking.
Helena, is that her name? The singer? Is it Helena or Elena? I can picture her, but I'm not sure about her name now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can picture, who can forget that pretty face?
Right. Wow. I'll be damned.
Likes to make it clear that female musicians are attractive.
Yeah. Spider Rockets. Wow. I didn't expect to hear that name tonight. Helena,
Kos or Kos? COS.
Okay.
It's like a...
I'll be damned. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be our first big highlight of the summer.
Yeah.
And then from then on, we're just looking to keep things rolling.
Sorry.
No, not really. I was kidding.
Just looks like 35 or something.
Ooh, 35.
Well, that's young for you, Matt. But I mean, for us guys who are still
Hey, the older the better, all right? The more experience.
Some more experience. It's like wine, better with age, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, why don't we play another track? What do you want to play next?
Let's go with Dead Ocean, Slave Nation.
All right, very good. So this is what'd you say?
It's a
very new track.
New? Oh, so is this like a world premiere?
Yes.
A world radio premiere?
Exactly.
We'll go with that.
Well, they already launched it on YouTube, so.
But this will be like the world radio premiere, unless it's already being played somewhere.
Yes.
But even if it is, we'll just pretend it's not being played anywhere. This is the premiere.
The new lineup.
The world premiere of Slave Nation from Dead Ocean here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
The land of the free, the home of the slave, a nation of victims standing to blame. With murder and greed, fighting our dream, the power of fear, spreads like disease, speak like a drowned conscience. It's the light inside, right baby, worthless. Yeah, these kids were born to live, they were told to abuse, they were right for refuge, a lifetime in a burning hell. Go ahead and take your forever bleed over men we intended dreaming. You're just a dreaming. Don't use me confident. You're just a dreaming. You're just me dreaming.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com. We're at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. If you haven't been here, if you're in central New Hampshire, or even if you're not, it's worth the drive. Check it out. TheStudioNH.com is the website. Very cool little gift shop and art gallery. There's all kinds of cool art on the walls. Melissa does a lot of events here with artists and sometimes music as well. So a lot of cool stuff here. So please check it out. Support your local businesses. Also support Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, Tim does a great job. He'll DJ your shindig, your hootenanny, your bar mitzvah, your corporate function, your christening or baptism, I guess would be the word. I don't think they really have DJs at those. I should know that. I was raised Catholic, but it's been a while. But in all seriousness, centralNHEvents.com. Tim does a great job. And also sponsored, of course, by the Siren Agency. Mr. Scott Perry is actually in the room with us tonight. He brings us a lot of these great bands. And in this case, Nick, who is a concert promoter, Nick Pino from LC Shows. And Nick, where do people go online to keep up with everything you got going on?
It's facebook.com/LC Shows.
Okay.
Very simple.
Very good, very good. And what's the next big show that people should know about that you have coming up?
All right, yeah. The next thing we have coming up is we're currently booking in July, mid-July, for rock groups to play with Spider Rockets.
Very cool. And what about bands that, or actually, I guess artists from any genre that want to work with you? Are you actively looking for new talent to work with? Or
yeah, we are. We're always looking for new talent.
Okay, very good. And Scott, what about you? I know you have stuff you're working on that you can't talk about yet, but where should people go online to keep up with TSA?
You can go on www.com, bunsofsteel.com.
Buns of Steel, all right.
No, that video just popped up.
I think I have a Buns of Steel VHS tape somewhere.
I had pop up on my computer.
In my storage.
Hey. You can go on facebook.com/The Siren Agency for Facebook, obviously, and Twitter is twitter.com/The Siren Agency.
Oh, very good.
So, and Matt, you just plugged our radio page on IPM Nation earlier.
Indeed.
Yeah, so
IPMNation.com/TSA.
There you go. And it's pretty much where you can find our stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like it's technically Nick's interview. Like, I'm just here just to hang out and just chime in on whatever the subject is. But I just want to let everybody know that I am going to be at Warped Tour this year at the Mansfield, Massachusetts stop.
Are you doing a meet and greet?
I am actually going to be doing a tent, hopefully, with the local side of Warped Tour. We're going to have a small tent. We're hanging out, handing out little pamphlet thingies of what the scene's got going on, and giving out flyers to shows from other promoters around New Hampshire, and just pretty much representing New Hampshire in a general form. And if anybody has any questions or any bands want to seek what we have going on for the summer or the fall, we can definitely talk over business.
Cool.
So,
where's Warped Tour going to be this year?
Warped Tour is at the Comcast Center in Mansfield, Mass. It used to be called the Tweeter Center years ago for the old folks. So
and before that it was Great Woods.
It was. It's a huge campus. It's a huge area. So most people who listen to this interview will probably know where Warped Tour is.
Yeah, probably. I remember when Warped Tour used to be what was the big field they used to have it in? Do you remember that? That was a long time ago. When they used to have it in a big...
Well, they technically still have it in a big field.
Field.
Yeah,
but
they have a big field, added with a pavilion. So
I think it used to be something actually called something field.
Really?
That was a long time ago. That was back when Spider Rockets was a client.
Would come out with their first record.
Yeah. That's funny. I still have that CD too. I'm going to listen to that when I get home.
Not my kind of thing, but I support
wild.
the band. I support all bands, all genres, except for rap and country because I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Just being up front.
No rap and country for you?
No. Maybe. Oh, wait. Okay. Siren Agency is thinking about doing one rap show. Maybe one rap show.
See how it
September.
goes?
Yeah. See how it goes.
With who? Can you say?
I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking about doing it in September because I got offered a slot from a venue in Concord. So, yeah. But I'll let everybody know the future, the further details probably in the next month or so.
Oh.
So,
Nick, I heard you say, hey, do you have a suggestion for Scott?
Well, I was thinking you need to get K-Dabber on that.
Nick is you're the manager,
I do a
the
lot
driving
of their
bitch,
management. I do a lot of their driving, and that's
yeah.
actually something that LC Shows has gotten into. Is we're now offering management. And
taxi services.
Taxi services. Unfortunately, we don't have a van, so we can only take
reach arounds.
Hip hop artists. But
whatever suits your needs to get ready for
if a
elaborate
group
show.
wants to rent a van, and have a driver, depending on availability, I am willing to do driving as well as management.
Actually, Nick had the privilege of transporting a very well-known underground rapper by the name of R.A. the Rugged Man.
Yeah. I spent about 4 days in a car with R.A. the Rugged Man. I'll tell you, that was a fun time. I
remember because I go to local Planet Fitness down the road, and I end up, just chilling on those awesome massage chairs that don't give happy endings. But anywho, I'm sitting here watching TV that's right in front of me, and all of a sudden I see R.A. the Rugged Man on it. I was just like, no way! Nick transported that guy. He gave him a ride to what was it, a week or something?
It was 4 days. I was stuck with him for 5 days, and
I thought it was longer than that. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently my name is no longer Nick. It's Emo Phillips. That's the name he gave me. So,
when I was a kid, I used to hear Emo Phillips on the Dr. Demento show, and that's the only reason I even know who Emo Phillips is. But that's funny. But you do kind of talk like him a little bit.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's funny.
And I will tell you, please don't ask me to drive in New York City. I did not like that.
No.
It's there's no lanes. It's just a bunch of rows of cars. And I actually got sworn at by a cop in New York.
Really?
Yes. An officer actually swore at me because apparently she was in the middle of the road, so I thought I was supposed to stop, and apparently she wanted me to go.
Was it she, you said?
It was a she,
okay,
yes.
There you go.
That would answer why.
Yeah, I was going to say yeah.
Maybe she thought you were Emo Phillips.
She must have, She wanted me to keep going because she was jealous, looking at my good looks. And
I hope there's no female officers listening to this show.
No, we have a huge female officer demographic, actually.
Really?
Not anymore.
Don't share my opinion.
I just ruined that for you guys.
Yeah, you did.
You can thank me.
Thanks, Emo Phillips.
You're welcome.
K-Dabber's been on the show a number of times. Yeah. He's a hardcore conspiracy theorist. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of AIDS, he's convinced they've already cured it, and the government's withholding the cure from us.
I wonder how he feels about the Twin Towers.
The
debate.
Two
Towers. Yeah,
it was not
9/11. It's aliens
now. It was all
really
inside.
a plane.
Oh yeah.
It was not hit by any planes. Now
I saw a video where they said it was a ball. It was like a ball that came into the atmosphere, and then
it was actually a ball of lint. that the military developed. It can destroy
funny, they never
building.
Specified what material is made out of. It just said a ball. I'm just
Yeah.
oh, okay. It could be a ball of light, right?
Yeah, the conspiracy theory stuff is fun. Kate Aver's awesome. I like.
We always have fun whenever we go out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, what do you want to play to wrap up the show, Nick? We'll play one more track.
Yeah, we'll go with It Lies Within. It is Thoughts of Nevaeh, and you can check them out on facebook.com/itlieswithin.
Very good. Thoughts of Nevaeh?
Thoughts of Nevaeh.
It's actually really close to the band.
It's heaven spelt backwards.
Oh, right. Okay. Very good. Well, Nick Pino from LC Shows, thank you very much for joining us this week.
Thank you for having us.
And Scott Perry from the Siren Agency, thank you as well.
No problem. It's actually still bike week left, so I think me and Nick are going to go to Weirs Beach and check out some bands, bicycles, and boobs. So.
All right. That sounds like a good time.
And then go snuggle with the little girl.
All right, let's go.
All at once?
Yep, we're going to do everything. I'm going to take my daughter, and I'm going to show her how we do things.
Good.
Again, party is
Bless
one of our...
child. Bless that child.
Yes.
All right, well, let's go to Weirs Beach.
All right, so this is Thoughts of Nevaeh from It Lies Within on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. Thanks, guys.
IPMNation.com.